Oh, there we go. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Hola, mi amigos. Welcome to Behind the Booth, episode 3. I go by the name of Spin Griffey. We got a decent show. Got some good topics for y'all. Some things I want to discuss, man. Hopefully, y'all had a great weekend. My weekend was pretty good. Saturday, we did what was it? Oh, I had two events. So it was a college event over at the Smoothie King Center Friday afternoon, a college fair. Then we had the game that night, and I think that was my whole Friday. I wound up going to Fellowship Friday. Then what we do? Had the R&B picnic Saturday with Chrisette Michelle. That was a blast. Um, that night I did the after party over at Chow. That was crazy yesterday. Just hung out. Also want to say shout out to everybody that came to our monthly link up last Tuesday over there at the Jazz Market. Information, videos, pictures are coming soon, as well as info on the next one. Um, so I guess we could just jump right into the show today. Topic number one is going to be this thing right here. AI is taking over. A lot of people are scared of what AI can do. I've personally been using AI for about the last 6, 7 months or so, and it has dramatically increased what I'm able to do over here. Um, as far as being a DJ, one of the things I like to do, especially is for weddings, and with like my weddings and stuff, I'll use AI. So say that my couple will give me a list. I usually ask for a list of songs, um, and they'll usually give me about 10 to 15. Usually, what happens with that is that with the 10 to 15, I can just insert a song title into like AI. I use Chat GPT the most, so it's usually something along the lines of like, what are some songs that'll match this song? For an example, let's say somebody wants some Frank Ocean or something, so I'll be like, all right, they want Frank Ocean, Novocaine. What other songs from that era can I use to potentially help out? So they might list Novocaine, they might give me some internet tracks, maybe a couple Miguel songs. I forgot something of that era. Um, and AI is just beautiful in how it's helping me just organize everything. Like I use it for my event promos. Um, I've been using it to just. The crazy part is that like if you treat AI like it's having a conversation, it will talk back to you like in that manner. You just got to be um, very specific. So using it and just be like, okay, if you were a DJ and this was the gig you have to do, it will help you gather some ideas that otherwise you might not have thought um, of using. So I do think I know a lot of people are scared of AI and think like it's the future and it's soon DJs won't have a job because of AI. And I can see how you could fear that a little bit because back when I was working at a strip joint, I basically lost the job because they decided to pull this this program, and the program basically did everything for you. And it just set up like for dancers and stuff. It knew what songs they wanted. It had them in there by name and all the songs they wanted to use. So they would use that to basically automatically do my job. And so I didn't even have to announce or anything anymore. Like I just was basically making sure nothing went wrong with any of the programs, man. So I don't think that AI is like going to be a thing that takes away. Hold on. That takes away DJ gigs. I really feel like it's a tool, and the quicker that DJs get on it and try to use it to their benefit, it'll really be the best for everybody, man. So I guess let me know below if y'all use AI. Have you been using AI? Are you scared to use AI? Um, are there any type of things that you think that AI should be doing for you, or that you may want to do for yourself? I do believe that if you get into it and just start using it, you'll see how beneficial it is. And the crazy part is that people are scared of AI without realizing they've basically been using AI for some years now. You know what I'm saying? Like Siri is basically AI, Google Assistant, Bixby. It does all those same things. And I think people are just, it's always with new technology, people are scared of things that they may not have a lot of extensive knowledge. But I definitely recommend that you get into AI because it is a very, very, very helpful tool. We're gonna keep it moving. I think, yeah. So my next thing, I've been talking about this one for a minute, and this is what I think the future of nightlife is going to be. So I think we're at a point now where clubs in general are like 85, 90% VIP sections with little to no dance floor. I used to see this when I went to Vegas all the time. It was the Vegas model, and you basically couldn't get into the club unless you had like a bunch of hot chicks or you were buying a section. Do I think that sections have killed the club? Yes and no. Um, Historically, what happened was when I was, I guess showing my age here, but when I was started going out to the club back in the Gap, it was around the crunk era. And that was back when there were no dress codes or anything. So you could just get in the club however you wanted to get in the club. So what happened was like the crunk era started and boys were just fighting. Like they'd specifically wait for like the Lil Jon set, like Be a Be a Nuck If You Buck, No Problems, joints like that. And they would take it upon themselves to, find the person they had a problem with. And then they would go and, it started jumping around. And next thing you know, boys started fighting in the club. It was a crazy time, honestly. So then around that same time is where you got the Jay Z telling everybody that we need to grow up and we need to change our look, and that's how button ups and stuff became dress code because people thought that if people had to show up to the club in like their good clothes, they weren't gonna fight. So that went on for some time. That was when all of y'all were out there in your Sunday best, the sweater vest and bow tie era, dressing like Carlton Banks to get in the club. Man, it was nasty, nasty work. There might be a picture or three floating around of me in a button up as well. But anyway, so that evolved, and then what happened was that people would get into the club, but they were trying to entice them more. And I know specifically here in New Orleans, they started using sections. I remember when they used to do the hookah on Friday nights over there on Decatur. They'd be like, D Will, what's up, man? They'd be like, if you have a birthday, you get a free section. It didn't come with nothing else. You just got the section because they wanted people to come into the club to drive up the bar sales. So then what that turned into was that you could go and I think it started turning to like $100 bottle of champagne, get you a birthday section. Um, because originally sections were really for like the VIPs. Like people weren't out there spending $300-400 on a bottle to just come through and enjoy their night. But then with the rise of social media and all that other jazz, it turned into like people wanting to be. Oh, I didn't put it in the stream deck. That's what it is. People wanted to be important, and that's how we got to the VIP clubs, the VIP sections in the club. So then they realized that's a lick and they started building these clubs out where it's just section, section, section. So now you're charging people $300-400 for a bottle, and you got like basically a club full of sections with people in their good clothes, really just sitting down and just wanting to stand on the couch or have their little Instagram viral moment. And it's been all good, but I do think that like especially with the rise of Gen Z, and I see one of the big complaints is people always saying that nobody is going to spend, or why would they spend $300-400 for a bottle in the club? So first off, you shouldn't be going through a bottle of liquor in a club by yourself. So you wouldn't have to worry about bottle prices. Bottle prices are triggered by the fact of how much a venue can make off that per shot. So if they're making, I don't know, prices now are crazy. I think it's like 12. So $12 a shot. I think you get like 16, 17 shots per bottle. do the math. That's how you get, up to the number that they're always talking about, for like $300-400 plus, I guess, the section reservation fee. So no, the average person is not going to buy a bottle in the club, and you shouldn't be buying a bottle in the club anyway. I lost my train of thought. Oh, so anyway, I was saying that the bottle prices have led to this expansion or reduction of the dance floor, and there are still people who want to just come out and just party and dance, and they don't want to worry about buying a section. So this long ass rant is basically to say that I think the future of clubbing is going to go back to the big ass dance floor, and we won't sections are going to be VIP again. Like there won't be a lot of sections. Wow, cheese, what's up, baby? um, yeah. So I think it's gonna get back to like a room of big dance floors, DJs playing great music, and you might have a section or two. But I think with the rising costs, Gen Z does not seem to be drinking as much as the previous generations. From what I've been seeing, they might do like one or two drinks a night, but they're usually just rolling a joint or something and just chilling. And I think that's gonna be a great time for the DJs as well because now you're not worried about just having to play, for the bottle popping crowd who only wants that little 60 seconds for whatever their social media is. So I do think that the future of nightlife um, is gonna go back maybe 15, 20, 25, 30 years to where um, you're probably gonna start getting more venues charging a cover charge, but they're going to see a reduction in the price of drinks because I think one of the things that has happened is that like drink prices in general have gotten so out of control while the cost hasn't really risen as much because every venue now is trying to charge you between 12 and 15 for a drink, which is ridiculous. Most, and I think some of the venues should be aware of what they are. I shouldn't be going to a dive bar and trying to get a drink and you're charging me like foundation room prices. So I do think we're going to see a reduction in that, and that will lead to more people coming out, and then it'll allow more people will be coming out to the spots because then they don't feel like they have to super dress up to go out and have a good time, and everything's not about the sparklers and the bottle popping and things of that nature. So I do think that's where we're going to be at with the future of nightlife, probably within the next like couple years, man. And I'm definitely looking forward to it because I think it's time to get back to like packing out the dance floor, having having a good time, man. So let me know what you guys think on that. I definitely do hope we see a reduction in sections in our nightlife very soon. And I had 5 topics, but I didn't do graphics for the other ones. Well, I didn't put it in the stream deck. So last topic, record pools, man. Now, I know one of the things when DJs start off is they always ask, where do you get your music from? I've been a proponent of record pools for as long as I can remember. I know this was probably like right before I actually started DJing, but back in the day, the record labels would send the DJs promo vinyls, if I do remember correctly. And I think that's what a white label is, I want to say. But you get the promo vinyl, which is the dirty, clean instrumental all on wax, and the promo companies would send that out to you. As technology advanced, and we went from like the SL box and those big ass hard drives, man. That was a time. It was like a 50 gig hard drive that was like the size of like, I don't know, Cheese Selenia, you might remember this, but like your hard drive used to be like this long and it was like this wide. Maybe not that wide, but it was definitely like this big and probably like half this size. And it was probably only like 80 gigs or something. And you was out there spending like $300 for like a brick and it had an AC adapter. So anyway, that's when record pools shifted. When I started, I was using DigiWax. I got on DigiWax, which is still a great record pool. Honestly, it's 100% free. All you got to do is sign up for it, and that's where I was getting most of my music at the time. So record pools have advanced now, and there are multiple ones. There's DJ City. There's what Beat Source, franchise record pool, Heavy Hits, which is the one I use. I don't know if I said Beat Source. I know I'm missing a bunch, man. But So anyway, I would say that record pools are a valuable tool. I personally am not a fan of the new DJ coming and getting a hard drive copied for them because I don't think that it allows you to learn anything that way, and you're basically playing off somebody else's music, and that doesn't really help you as a DJ because you don't know what it is that's on that drive. My bad. It's a dry mouth today. So anyway, with all these different record pools, is also one of the best things with record pools is all of them differentiate. Unfortunately, not a lot of record pools are going to have everything you want. So it's up to you to find the best record pool for you based on whatever your needs are. As a DJ, I know that if you use DJ City mostly, that's like remixes. That's really where you get a lot of the pop stuff. At the time when I was doing it, that was where like I got like a lot of EDM stuff. So my bootlegs, my blends. It's really heavy in like dubstep and electronic music. So if that's your vibe, definitely recommend DJ City. Heavy Hits is gonna probably keep you up to date with more of your hip hop stuff. So your hip hop, your rap. They have a good international selection, great Latin playlist. They have a bunch of different playlists as well for different events. I personally use Heavy Hits sometimes if I need to. I'll go back into DigiWax. I luckily still get a bunch of emails from record labels too with songs as well. Beat Source is kind of more poppy, top 40-ish, and maybe you get a lot of remixes and stuff like that. And Franchise Record Pool is, again, another hip-hop one. So those are some. I know some people would like to use multiple um, record pools. I will say they get a little pricey depending on what it is you're using. I want to say I know Heavy Hits is like 22 or 25 a month. Um, when I was using DJ City at the time, you had to run like a recurring 3 month subscription, and I want to say it was like 120 every 3 months or something like that. Franchise, I'm not sure of. Um, like I said, DigiWax is 100% free, so you can use that whenever and however you want. Also, I highly recommend. I know a lot of people don't like doing this because of bit rates and stuff like this, but sometimes, it's okay to just rip song. I rip songs off YouTube. I look for. Um, I don't know if it's still there, but it was called Topic, and Topic is like basically the actual mastered recording of a song on YouTube. So it's not going to be sketchy or low. It's going to be a good bit rate, good quality, and that's usually what I use. Find your YouTube ripper. Um, SoundCloud, that is a good pool. I don't really consider it a pool, but I go in there for most of my remixes and stuff. So my Jersey Club, my Baltimore Club, my edits, my R&B edits, Ampiano, um, just R&B edits. It was another one. Afro beats. That's a good one too. So yeah, I do use SoundCloud too. That's more again that's something you got to rip and rhyme and rip, and pull your songs off of as well. So I do suggest, depending on the type of DJ you are, do your research, find the record pool that is best for you, and it could help you in your efforts to become a better DJ. We made it to 20, man. All right. I guess I was gonna say this for next week, but we can do it today. My picture didn't pull up. Hit the wrong button. Last topic for today is going to be opening DJs versus closing DJs. Back in the gap, and I guess still today, your job as an opening DJ was to be your job as an opening DJ was to set the mood, set the tone for the room. You have a bigger headline DJ coming in, and traditionally, you were not supposed to play the big records, none of the huge records. You always left that for the headlining DJ or the main DJ. As most of you, well, I don't know if they still do it, but I started as an opening DJ back at Club Voila. Well, I used to open for Mike Swift, but it was mostly Voilà's where I got my start, and it was pretty cool. Um, that was a good time for me. That's kind of where I learned a lot of the craft, where I had to learn to um, play either the new music or just set the mood. So that's where I got like a lot of my R&B opening vibe from, and stuff like that, because you really do want to set the mood depending on when your headliners coming in, because they're usually the ones bringing the hype energy. I know a lot of sets now, everybody runs 4 hour sets or whatever, but I think being an opening DJ is hella relaxing, and it's way less pressure because you can just play basically whatever you want as long as you stay away from the hits. I think now in the trying times, with the way music is and the fact that there aren't a lot of like hits anymore, the question has been coming up a lot lately. Do you save the big records for the headline DJ? I think that's a tough question personally to answer, because we're kind of in this weird era where like the biggest songs are all throwback songs. So, you know, is it that you're saving "Can We Talk" for your headlining DJ, or are you saving like what's the number one song out right now? "Love It on Me." Jack Harlow, I do believe, is like one of the hottest songs out right now. So, are you saving that for your headlining DJ? I I think that I think with the era we are, as far as club hits, I think that if you're a good DJ, you're just a good DJ. And I don't know if you should personally hold back as an opener. Now, I mean, there are clearly certain songs I probably wouldn't play as an opener, like um, dreams and nightmares, or stuff like that. Like, I even think we're in an era now where you could probably get away being an opening DJ and play like International Players Anthem and stuff like that, man. So I personally think that you should kind of be aware of what to stay away from, but I don't think there should be like any limits, because a lot of people might not know those particular songs anyway, but you still building a vibe, and depending on when the headliner goes on, what mood you need to set. And I feel like as long as that mood is consistent with what it means to be an opener, which again means that you set the mood for the rest of the night, and segue into your headlining DJ, I think you'll be fine. I also think, again, it depends on the venue you're at. Most of the spots I play in are open format, so we're not just relegated to that box of like the top 40 hits and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely something to think about. And if you haven't had an opening set, I think that's one of the best ways to get your feet wet in clubs. Especially if you're like a bedroom DJ right now, you want to venture out more into gigs. Opening is like a good way to do that. So definitely come out. I mean, definitely go out, network with your other DJs to be able to probably secure some opening sets, man. And I think that's the show. I came up with this today. Whatever, man. Make sure y'all follow the YouTube, Joe's Blend. We're on Instagram at Oh, if you're on Instagram, you're watching this now, it's the Joe's Blend. Today we talked about using AI to help with your set gigs, to help you with your sets and your gigs, how it is a good tool to help you benefit in organizing, finding songs that work well with maybe something you're trying to come up with, which, I mean, it's kind of cheating a little bit, but it helps you with your DJ sets, and how it's going to help you in the future, and how AI is going to match everything in the future. We discussed the future of nightlife, where I think it's going, which is I think we're getting away from those big ass sections. Oh, that's the plumber. All right, I gotta go. That's AI with the sets and the gigs, man. The future of nightlife, and we talked about our record pools, which ones work best for you, how to find what works best for you. Pudge, what's going on? And Goma, what's up, man? Definitely catching Goma this Friday. I think he over at the Blue Nile starting his new residency. Also, y'all let me know, man. I think 10 o'clock is a little too early, so I think moving forward, we're going to start doing these at about 11 a.m. And finally, we discussed the difference between an opening DJ and closing DJ and what it is that separates you and how you can become better at both. That is this week's show because apparently the plumber is here and I gotta go. But we'll be back in a week, man. Appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. Have a great week. Crush your gigs. And I'll see y'all next week. I'm out. Peace. Oh, and Gomes said he's there every Friday this month. Shout out to the boy, man. I go by the name of Spin Griffey. This is Behind the Booth. This is the Joe's Blend. You guys are the Joe's Blend. Crush your gigs. Have a great week. I'm gone. The plumber's here. Peace.